Hello, everyone. We're back. That goofball over there is Maverick.
Viva la revolution.
And next to me is Megan. And I'm Oliver. This is the GXP podcast, number 8, and the first one of 2016. Woo! We kind of took a 2-month hiatus. It's been quite a while.
It wasn't 2 months.
I guess it's
God, I'm sorry.
It's been about 2 months since we posted a podcast. Yeah, we did one for you guys, but
someone forgot to post it.
We won't mention that one. It's okay. But we're here. We're back. Things happened, and we're going to talk about them.
Oh, things happened.
We'll talk about PSX for a little bit. We went there. If you want to know how that went, you can look at our other video. And then we will talk about our games of the year, top 3.
Game of the years.
Yes. So since we got a chatty Cathy over there.
Who's Cathy?
You want to talk about PSX?
X. We went there.
We did.
We were there. It was in San Francisco. Land of the hills, home of the brave. Yeah, it was awesome. We went the year before, too. It was the first time that was like when we first, the whole crew.
It was our year anniversary.
Yeah, so that was like, that was our thing. That's what kind of started this whole shebang-a-bang. And, it was just as awesome, if not more awesome than last time. The, keynote, there weren't as many new, games that were showed off as the year before. I mean, there were a lot of indie titles and stuff.
Yeah,
the keynote was meh.
The big hitters weren't quite there, but the layout, the place was huge compared to the last time.
It had 2 or 3 levels this year,
and
the lower level was just all indie games.
Yeah, the lower level was completely divided. It was like a completely separate, stage, a hall, whatever it's called, that was completely devoted to indie devs and indie games. Every indie game had their own booth. They had the indie developers right there. You could, go over there and talk to them, play their game, which was pretty awesome. I love that. Second floor was all the, the AAA titles. That was awesome. And the VR, which, seeing where the VR has come from the first year, where it was Morpheus the first time we went, and now it's PlayStation VR. But, getting to play it now compared to then, I'm like, now I'm...
They had some real games.
10 times more excited for VR, because I'm like, it's freaking sweet. And the top floor, they had the Capcom Cup.
Yep. Just their big stage area.
It was amazing.
It was so great, because after the actual convention had ended, the Capcom Cup was still going on for another... Probably 4 hours, and we're like, let's just go watch a match of the finals.
Didn't
and
happen.
We
watched the whole thing.
For the next 4 hours.
It was amazing.
My
boy Snake Eyes didn't make it, but life goes on. And then we saw him filming outside, just super dramatic. The cameraman was walking. It was super dramatic.
There,
it was great.
Looking up at the skyline, and then his cameraman started at the ground and did a full circle all the way
great.
up to his head.
I was like, this is some shit you would see, at the opening of a movie.
Mm-hmm. It's
this is his Rocky moment. He was going to walk up that set of 4 stairs and then just. But yeah,
he got
it was
7th, right?
Yeah,
6th.
I think it was 4th.
He was on 4th, was he?
Yeah, he got pretty high up.
Really? Good for him.
I want to say he was top 5 for sure.
He was because he got past the first 2 rounds.
He was the only non-Asian person there.
He was my boy. He was repping America. And he was the only brother. Oh, yeah. So
he was my favorite because when everyone had the giant game pads they were playing on, he brought a controller that literally just had a directional pad A and B, and he's just super into the screen. His hands right next to each other. It was.
But watching that, I've never actually watched one of those fighting game tournaments. That gets so hype.
What about esports in general? Have you ever? I haven't really watched.
I've never really watched too much esports.
Okay.
It's. I mean, I love that it's a thing, and I love that it's getting big, but I've never really watched.
Yeah, neither have I.
Any, I've never had the motivate because it's most of the time the games that they're playing are games that I don't play. Mm-hmm. I don't really play Counter-Strike. Not a big fan of Call of Duty. I don't play many fighting games competitively. I'll play them just to dick around. That's why I like Mortal Kombat, because it's really flashy, but you don't have to be super skilled.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the games that they play aren't games that I necessarily, if they start doing it, if there's a big esports community with Rainbow Six Siege, I might watch some of those.
I'm pretty sure there.
I think there will be. I mean, that game's designed for competitive
Oh, yeah.
gaming. So if that starts becoming a thing, I might start watching that a little more. But there just haven't been many games that I play that are translated into esports, so I haven't really gotten too into it. But it was pretty sweet being there. I was like, I might have to start watching some of those fighting tournaments because that was hype.
Yeah, it was cool.
I kept cheering for Snake Eyes and cheering against. I forgot the guy's name, and
the guy that
there was a guy to the right of me that was cheering for the guy that I was cheering against, and every time I said anything about that guy, he gave me this look, and he had this big foam fist, and I was just like, "Try me, bitch, try me." It was great.
He wasn't even like right next to Maverick and I. He was in the next seating
it was great.
aisle over.
He would look over. I'm like,
walkway.
Do something. It was great.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean that was fun, and we got to hang out with all of our people for that we haven't seen in a year.
People.
All of our people, you know, we missed them, and we got to go tour Sony.
Yeah, we went to Sony headquarters.
Yeah,
That was nice. Yeah,
that was
we
awesome.
got to have breakfast on campus.
We did.
That was fun. I had eggs and hash browns,
coffee,
and they have a cool like arcade in it.
They had a lot of
cool.
even in the lobby waiting room.
We can talk about that, right?
Shit. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm sure it's just not secret stuff we're not allowed to talk about. But,
so yeah, Half-Life 3 confirmed.
It's no secret that PlayStation would have games everywhere to play. I mean,
yeah, especially when we were playing Half-Life 3 and The Last of Us 7.
That's why I don't listen to him.
It was awesome.
But yeah, well, I guess that's all we'll say about it. But it was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. And then, yeah, got to hang out with our people. We didn't really explore San Fran too much, but we
planned on doing a big adventure of San Francisco, and then we stayed just to the convention center.
Didn't happen, but it didn't need to happen.
We had the cutest little B&B.
Yeah, I like the little place a lot.
So cute.
It was fun. You guys, saw a little bit of our B&B and our little adventures in our video. But yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, I love. It's PSX. That's what brought us together. That's what made us whole.
And
gave us holes.
Oh, that makes me sad that you didn't post the other one. That's when we talk about it being our year anniversary and how we all met.
Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been great. You guys would have really enjoyed that video if somebody posted it.
You know what? If you guys really want to, I'll post have the video.
You know, as the late great Katy Perry would say, there's no going back. Oh, she died. You just don't know it yet.
Okay.
Let's move on to our favorite games of the year.
Yeah.
Oliver,
what about yours?
You want to start?
No, you can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can
Oliver.
start?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or wrong Oliver. Oliver from Nino Cooney. Go ahead.
But, I feel like one of the first ones that comes to mind for 2015 was Until Dawn. There was a lot of hype for that game at the last PSX, which is where we first found out about it. That's where I first found out about it anyway. And it was super fun. I like the whole decision-based game idea. You know, Oliver killing birds and stuff. He's not. Don't let him near animals.
That was like one of our.
Don't do it.
Our very first podcast. I think that might have
That
been
was the
our
first
very
podcast.
first podcast. We talked about how Oliver's a murderer. Then,
But
like the next one, he murders or he shoots puppies in Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then Assassin's Creed Syndicate, you get an achievement for killing the horses. You know,
But which, by the way, quick thing right now. Over, for the foreseeable future, every podcast I'm going to be wearing after this week, I'm going to be wearing a different shirt to represent a different animal rescue and all over, everywhere. So just kind of raise awareness. Speaking of animals, since Oliver's here killing them, I figure I will represent the real ones. So just keep an eye out for what shirts I'm wearing. I'll probably point them out. Just what the rescue is, where they're located, what they do later on, like at the very end. But yeah, that's going to be a thing. Go ahead.
But Until Dawn was super cool because also, like, my first playthrough on it, I didn't save everyone. I think I let 3 people die. But it's cool that they let you go back to certain chapters and change your decision to try to save them in the end, which gives it a good replay value. So Until Dawn, I think we're each going to do 3 still.
Yep.
And then my other 2, it's like kind of sort of cheating for like 2015. But I just finished playing the Uncharted collection. And I've always loved Uncharted. Yes, those are back from like 2007 and on, whatever.
Yeah.
But It was really cool getting to play them on the PS4 because they just brought the quality up so much, and it just really gets you hyped again for Uncharted 4 that's coming out next year. This year.
Again.
Well, 4 months from now because they pushed it again. But it's just fun. It's just fun going back to games like that. And I just like playing remastered ones because it gets your love back for the game. And then this one I'm kind of like really cheating on because I just last night finished playing Valiant Hearts, which is a game that came out in 2014, but I downloaded it earlier this year just because it was free on PlayStation Plus, so I didn't know when it actually came out. But it's a really fun like side-scroller puzzle game where you're playing as 3 or 4 different characters during the Great War, and it's just such a really fun game. The puzzles really make you think sometimes because you have to find different pieces to make things work. And
you can play as a doggy.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't get to play as Walt, but like the little doggy, you control him, and he'll help you go get parts and stuff.
Do you kill it?
No.
But it's such a fun game, and like I just enjoyed it before, but then when I finished it last night, like I cried at the end. When a game is good enough,
it's a good
that
game,
you cry at the end,
gets
like
in the feels.
It's good. It's probably super cheap on all like PSN,
all devices,
Xbox Live, whatever, because it came out like a year ago.
It's on Vita and everything too.
It's
right?
actually like it's pretty long for like the small game that it is, because I've been playing that for quite a while, like for a couple hours at a time. So it's worth the money. It's worth the feels. You should check it out.
Also, it's got a very unique art style. I like.
I do like it. It's like a cartoony comic-y style.
Like
it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like Don't Starve.
Yeah, it is like Don't Starve.
Yeah.
Oliver?
Mine? Okay. So I'll start from the third and then go all the way up to my Game of the Year. Why are you guys looking at me like that?
We're intrigued. We're interested.
Okay.
Is it Cabela's hunting simulator?
That's actually really fun to play in the arcade.
Doesn't surprise me.
But yeah, my third one would be Tomb Raider.
Okay.
Tomb Raider had the unfortunate timing of coming out the same day that Fallout 4 came out.
Terrible decision.
Dumb.
But it's a great game.
It was like Mad Max coming out on the same day as Metal Gear. That was
that
was a bad decision.
These titles think they can compete with each other, and they just can't. I would have if Tomb Raider had come out like now, it would have killed it. Like there's nothing coming out right now. But it did. It came out that day. Nobody played it, and it's an Xbox One exclusive.
I feel like they did that.
That even limits even more.
So it can come out on PS4 next year for holidays.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably make a Game of the Year collection.
Yeah, our friends were saying that it would come out after like 6 months or so, being an exclusive for PlayStation.
But yeah, that game. I mean, if you liked the reboot from before, they build on that, and I love the reboot, and so I like the older Tomb Raiders, but this one just hits the spot for me. And this one is the gameplay is just perfect. All the places you explore, like they look really beautiful. The graphics are amazing on it. And the story was actually pretty good. I liked the story and the villain, and it wasn't all hokey. And if you like the first Tomb Raider, I definitely recommend it. Definitely one of my top games. Second game that I liked is Metal Gear Solid 5, which I know, unfortunately, Maverick will not be able to beat.
I love that game
until they finish that game.
I
love that game. It's a great game.
But I played a lot of it. I put in about 65 hours into it.
Don't look at me.
Still not finished it, but I will finish it. But I had a blast playing that game. From the side missions to like your little base building to the story, it's all done really, really well, and it's all great. Fun. It's like stuff that you want to do. It doesn't feel tedious at all. And
you're right. Stuff I'd want to do. I wish I could.
Just don't. You know you love that game still.
I do, 100%.
And you play as Big Boss with his little man ponytail. With a great theme song. And it's also a beautiful looking game too on any console. And the fact that it's even on like 360 and PS3 and it looks pretty similar to how it looks on next gen, it's a magical game. I don't know how they did it.
Magical.
Then my number one Game of the Year is Witcher 3.
Oh.
Witcher 3 was hands down my biggest surprise because
hands up.
They were always a game. The Witcher games were always games I wanted to like. I liked the universe. I played the first one. I got really far into it. The combat was okay. That was actually the hardest thing for me to get into. But everything else was cool about it. The quests and the world. And then like my computer died, and so I didn't feel like restarting that all over again. And that was before Steam did like the cloud saves and stuff. And then Witcher 2 came out. Got it on Xbox. I was excited, and I still just hated the combat. I could not get into it. It was just too hard for me. Then in Witcher 3, they finally built it where like I was able to like click with it, and I got it. And once you understand, like you have to, figure out what you're fighting, use the oils, and use their magic spells that'll counter whatever you're fighting to give you an edge over it. It's really, really deep, and you have to think about how you fight. And then other than that, like it's also one of the best open world games I've ever played. Like I'm wearing a Fallout shirt, and that's another big open world game. And having played The Witcher before Fallout, like it just didn't feel as rich and deep as a world, and as in Witcher 3 than what Fallout. Or did I get that backwards? Witcher 3 is a better world than what Fallout achieved. So that's why I just really, really, the way they did it, the way like people look like they actually live in their towns. They're not just like random walking NPCs. The world just looks lived in, and it's also like a really fucked up world. So like
Fallout was lived in at a time.
I mean, it's dead. But I mean,
yeah.
There are things in that game that just don't make sense though. Like there's a lot of things in that game that don't make sense.
Oh yeah.
But everything in The Witcher 3, like it made sense. It felt like real and lived in. And then the stories are great. Like there's just not even that many like games in general where like you can get drunk and then like you get with your friends and cross dress and try to get bitches. Like there's just funny things you do in that game. It's hilarious. And then there's it gets serious, and there's
that sounds like that's real life right there. That's not even we're crossing that threshold.
Yeah, bitches every day.
Yeah, like only when I cross dress.
But yeah, I mean the quests and the writing in that game are really good, and there's really good stories. I don't want to spoil any of it because it'd be sad if you got it spoiled. So go play it if you haven't touched that, and try, because I know you guys haven't finished it. Try to finish it. It's really worth it. It does pay off at the end. And then get Hearts of Stone, which is one of the best DLCs I've ever played.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Not Hearthstone, Hearts of Stone.
Yeah, Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Okay.
Yeah. You mean Gwent? Gwentstone?
Gwen is also really awesome. But yeah, those are my top games.
Yeah, Gwen Stefani, she's really good.
Maverick?
It's your turn, Maverick.
All right, I'm going to throw an honorable mention out to the game that I've put the most hours into out of any game, but that's just... This is probably number 4 on my top 3, but I just have to throw it out there. NBA 2K16 it is this year. 2K16. 2K has always been my game, so I always play it a ridiculous amount, and I never put it on like a top games list for me for some reason, but I play the shit out of it. So 2K, keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. My number 3 game that I played that I just had a ridiculous amount of fun with is probably Rocket League. It was just such a simple game.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's just so simple. They released it on PSN, as a PS Plus game, and it just kind of popped up out of nowhere. It was like, hey, there's a soccer game with remote control cars. Enjoy it.
And it's funny because you tell people what that game's about, and they're like, that doesn't sound amazing.
That's how I was.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. It's literally just soccer in a big dome with remote control cars, essentially. And it's just such a simple concept, but it was like, it was refreshing to me that they could, that game is specifically focused on just fun. And like, you don't care about the graphics, you don't care about the open world, anything like that. It was just like, hey, we're taking a sport that everybody knows, and it's really just like we're dumbing it down and putting cars in and have fun. And it was like, I played that game so much. We played that game a bunch.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just so fun. And like, I feel like that game just all of a sudden took off out of nowhere, and everybody was playing it. And it was free. It was like, dude, everybody who didn't get that when it was on sale and for the PS Plus Game of the Month, they missed out because that game, tons of fun. I still play it. It's just I just jump on and I could play for 20 minutes, and every time you scored a goal in that game, it was always like, Yeah, that was sweet. Like, you just wanted to watch the replay. It was just like everybody flies out of, like, you know, because it was just fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably my number 3 game. Number 2 for me, the other game that I've been playing a ridiculous amount of that came out right at the end of the year, but it's, you know, it just brings me back, is Rainbow Six Siege. That game, Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2, I played a stupid amount of time with. Those are my games. I love, like, the Rainbow Six Vegas games, and all of the Ghost Recon games are games that I have spent almost too much time playing. And so the fact that this one came out and it just really felt, I mean, the Terrorist Hunt is a little different than the rest of them, but it's refreshing to have a nice tactical shooter, because there's not a lot of tactical shooters on the market where you have to really communicate, and it's 1 life per round, and, you know, it's, you know, if you die, then it's like, oh crap, you know, you're dead. But the fact that they added all of, you know, ridiculous. I mean, the destruction in that game is amazing. I mean, it's
Mark.
The destruction in that game is literally, I mean, if you have a shotgun, you can lay down, shoot a hole right through a wall, and I mean, it's so tactical. Even it opens up lines of hearing, not even just sight. Like, I mean, you really have to think about that game. And I like games that make me think, and there haven't been many shooters that have made me think. I actually liked Black Ops 3 this year, but you don't have to think. Yeah. So this one's, I love it. I've been playing the crap out of it. And number 1 for me is a game that came out early. It was like January of last year.
Might be exactly a year ago, yeah.
I mean, technically it did come out last year, but Dying Light. That game, when we played through just about that entire game in co-op.
Co-op, yeah.
But that game was just fun. It was, and it's not even like it was fun when it first came out. You know, just parkouring in first person. It was like Mirror's Edge mixed with Dead Island, and, you know, parkouring in first person, chopping zombies' head off, crafting, you know, a electrified machete, going and pulling out Excalibur on that random rock in the middle of nowhere, swimming into the Easter egg cave, the loot cave that was making fun of Destiny.
Oh,
they had so many awesome Easter eggs in that game. But I think the reason that I consider that game my game of the year is the developers of that game are so awesome. Like, just for their players. I mean, all this, you know, like the season pass and everything wasn't that expensive, but they had all kinds of awesome DLCs that came out with it. But I mean, just following them, and they fix everything that their player base asks for. They're releasing this new huge expansion called The Following. I mean, it's like damn near a brand new game. And they didn't, when they first, I mean, it wasn't part of the season pass, you know, at first, but then they were kind of like, you know what, we love you guys, you love our game. If you have the season pass, here, you know, this is free. And I mean, it's going to be sweet. And they've just been awesome. The videos that they make, you know, people were joking about how do they get power to that town if it's this post-apocalyptic thing, and, you know, there's no power anywhere. And they made a video on Halloween or something, or one of these dates, and it shows this video following the power cable down into the sewers, and there's just like a bunch of zombies on like hamster wheels chasing arms and legs and stuff that are powering the whole city. I mean, it's just like little things like that. I mean, they really supported the game. The game's just a blast. I mean, it's fun to play, you know, and it's, you know, parkouring in first person never gets old to me. You know, Mirror's Edge was always fun to parkour, but it was linear parkour. There really wasn't a lot of branching paths, which I'm hoping the new Mirror's Edge, you can really...
The new one's open world.
Yeah, so that's like the new Mirror's Edge, that's going to be awesome. But this one, I mean, it's, you know, first person. There really haven't been many first person open world parkour games, and you really feel like, you know, you can do just about anything that you see, you can climb up. And I don't know, it was just fun. It was the most fun game of 2015 to me. I played a lot of that game. So yeah, no Fallout 4 on any of our lists.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't hate us.
To be fair,
Fallout 4 is a good game.
Still good.
It's a very good game.
It is a good game. I guess we can talk about it a little bit. It's just more
honorable mention.
It's just more Fallout 3. It doesn't really do anything new to me in terms of like surprising me in any way. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a more polished, more pretty Fallout 3.
It's Fallout.
Yeah. While something like The Witcher actually surprised me, like I actually didn't expect to love it as much as I did. I didn't even like want to play it at first, but then like it kept getting like these amazing reviews, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out, and then I just fell in love with the game. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad game. It's not at all. It's just a regular Bethesda game. It's exactly what you'd expect. That's all. It's like McDonald's, you go exactly.
Don't compare Fallout 4 to McDonald's. That's a
Fallout,
slap in the face.
Fallout 4 is like a Big Mac.
Yeah, like you expect a Big Mac to taste a certain way, and
The Witcher 3 is like a double Whopper.
Yeah.
Whoppers are good.
Exactly. Big Macs are good too. I mean, that's the best thing at McDonald's. But I mean, The Witcher's, that's a double Whopper. I mean, that's two
Whopper with fries.
That's 2 flame broiled patties on a sesame seed bun. Just ooh.
Do we need another Burger King unboxing?
That's the Krabby Patty right there. Just remember, poop.
Always remember poop.
People order our patties.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you had to say that just in case someone didn't know.
They're just like, poop? They're gonna don't go Google poop. You will not like what you find. It's a SpongeBob reference. Google poop from SpongeBob, you'll be okay. Just do not Google poop.
You'll still probably get some weird stuff.
Oh, you'll get some videos.
You just type in SpongeBob poop.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting.
The end of the podcast.
Yeah.
You've been waiting for... That's mean.
I think we're done, though.
I hope you haven't been waiting for the end of the podcast.
No. But this was just meant to be a nice little catch-up. We're so sorry we've been gone. We also include mustard usually in our meals. Or our combos. We should have podcast combos.
Only honey mustard.
But, no.
Because you're bae.
But we're sorry we've been gone. We love you guys so much. We've just been busy with the holidays. We hope you all also had amazing holidays with your friends and family and your beloved video games. Because we know you spent a lot of time with them too.
Exactly.
And
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's.
Yeah, post your favorite games of 2015 too in the comments.
PSN is working now, so hopefully you guys can play it because it was down all day yesterday and it made me sad.
People said that, but I was playing yesterday.
Were you?
Were you playing online?
I had 106 friends online.
Well, that was the thing. I had like friends online, but you couldn't connect to any of them. It would connect. No. It was weird. I could connect.
I must have got on after it got fixed because I played Destiny yesterday.
But yeah, anyways.
Yeah. And then also Mark is still alive, and he is still with the group.
Barely.
But he will one day hopefully come back.
Maybe.
We'll bring him back.
We'll
bring
see.
him. Yeah. He plans on coming back. Maybe if not, we'll at least get him in a Let's Play. Eventually.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Don't worry, guys. Mark will be back. Love. What is love?
No.
We were watching Night at the Roxbury right before this. Megan's never seen it, so
I haven't.
Yeah, man. Okay, anyways, we should sign off.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about that.
Bye. We love you guys.
Bye. Love you.